24, 24, 15, 30, a 37, a 38, a 45, 47, 45, 40. The white around your lips. Speaking of. Ooh, child. Things are gonna get easier. Child, things will get brighter someday. What's going on, man? It's your boy Holiday Season. You're here for a reason, and this is episode 2 of the Road to 1,000 subscribers. If you came back after episode 1, I appreciate you because we're only 2 episodes in. But today we're going to be talking about what it is that we think we want to do, what it is that we think we want to be, what it is, y'all. What's up? All right, I'm on a rant. And I'm pressed for time because I don't have 1,000 subscribers yet, so I'm not getting monetized, and I have a job that I have to go to. So today's podcast will not be podcast, video. I don't know what this is. This is journal entry, my diary. It will not be as long as yesterday, but I did want to be consistent. I do want to be accountable to myself. I do want to make sure that I'm giving it my all because you deserve that. So today what we'll be going over is the niche. What this is all going to be about, right? So yesterday we were describing everything that kind of falls under content and what that might be. And if you've followed me for a while, or if you're just now following me, here's the quick rundown of what I've done in terms of content. When Snapchat was big, I used to make a whole bunch of funny videos on there and started to transition that into YouTube. So I've been kind of the funny man once in my life, and I've transitioned to now trying to progress my thoughts and just how I feel about things and expressing them that way instead of through funny videos. And maybe that'll still come back, right? Maybe that'll be part of it as well. But what I really enjoy and really like discussing and geeking out on and figuring out is life and the self-improvement aspect of life. So, for example, I have all the self-help books. I actually got one, I think. Let's make sure that we got it. Got a book right here, The Artist's Way by Julia Cameron, which is a 12-week game plan on how to discover and recover your creative self. So I read books like these all the time, and I think I like having the deeper conversations, bypassing the small talk, as people will say, and just figuring out what's the purpose in your life, and not necessarily what is the purpose of life to everybody, because that's different for everybody's perspective. There's some people that think real estate is the way. There's some people that think basketball is the way. You might have felt the way what you thought life was 2 years ago, and now it's completely different. So it always changes, but it's nice to hear or think about what that is for each individual, right? That's where you get to the nitty gritty. I think even with YouTube videos, you come and watch them because the person is so passionate about what they're talking about. And yesterday, I didn't know what I wanted to do. Yesterday, it was, we can shoot a shotgun shell to try everything and do everything. But through, I'm not going to say meditation because I didn't meditate today, but through just deep thought of really sitting down and what is it that I like? What is it that I could sit down and talk about for a long time? It's this. It's self-improvement. It's thoughts and concepts that people have thought about, and maybe I've thought about something and catered off of the back of that, and we just break down how can we get better? How can we get better? Because at the end of the day, don't you want a better life? I know I do. That's the goal for me, is I try to strive to be better than what I was yesterday, strive to be better than what I was last year. And sometimes it doesn't feel like it, but through reflection and writing things down, I think I'm actually improving in life. And it might not show it in the monetary form right now, or it might not show it with some of the work I do. But if you came to me at the beginning of the year and said that I'd be doing this with the equipment that I have in the room that I'm in, and I'm putting money towards it, I would say I don't believe you. Because where I was at that time, I had just got started in the content. I just started working with Tabidi Stevens and Off the Leash Media, where I'm now an editor for the first time for a podcast with people that are making hundreds of thousands of dollars. And I'm the editor. I'm the guy behind the scenes making sure that the videos encapsulate what they're trying to say. And those videos were trash. But at the time, they were hot, right? And it was through the progression that I found out that I was actually getting better as time went on. Because, say, January, they weren't that good. But come June, July, they was pretty hot. And that led me to now working with Brandon Williams, who is Steve Harvey's entertainment lawyer. And now I'm making interview-style documentaries, basically, for him. And that's insane to think about, too. And all this started within a year. All this started November something. I might have the wrong date. But last year, October, November-ish, we started a podcast. And we started doing it with just the iPhone 10. And we had mics and we had a Zoom recorder. Shout out to Josh Harris. But we started with what we had. And now it's turned into a production studio where I mean, I think that's kind of dope. I just got a green light in the back for some backsplash. Hey, I don't know what to say. I think it's really cool. But really sitting down and just doing things. We had the podcast Just Action, and I think that's a valuable principle for life. If you just take action, you'll start to find out what you like. You'll start to find out what interests you. You'll start to find out on what it is that you geek out on. And now in the age of social media and the internet, you can monetize what you like, because I promise you there's thousands of other people who are not willing and or able to put this content out of what they geek out on. But they geek out on the same thing that you like. Yesterday, we were talking about pickleball. Somebody loves cricket. And you might be the one that starts to put it out on the internet like, hey, I love cricket, and I'm looking for a community of people who enjoy cricket. And then it expands from there. Like the skipping steps, that's another key principle. And that'll be use, I don't even know what I'm chopping. I don't know. But we will use that principle over and over and over again, because it's so true. You can't skip the steps of being a bum. And that was crazy. Being a bum is insane. But let's try a different analogy, right? You can't skip the steps of, if you're getting locks, that doo-doo ball head phase, you can't skip that. Yeah, everybody wants them where they can kind of hang down and they're on your shoulders, and you can, Chief Keef had the music playing.
Cheese in my pockets, velvet up.
All right, but anyways, you get what I'm saying. There's phases where it's going to be the ugly phase, and you can't skip the ugly phase to get to where you want to go. That's cutting the corner, and that's something that is not acceptable in the road to success. So in the road to 1,000 subscribers, this is going to be the main gist of everything, right? We'll come in and we'll do check-ins and we'll discuss what topic of the day or what's going on and what do we think we can do today to improve off of yesterday. And this was, like I said yesterday, it'll be a community. It can't just be me. It really can't. It takes a village. I was laughing about that, but it really does take a village. I would have to provide the content, but I would need subscribers. I would need the community like yourself to come in and join me on the journey. So I'm going to do my part. I'm going to make sure I show up every day. I'm going to make sure there's a topic to discuss. And I'm going to make sure that I make it very open and transparent with you guys on where we're at on that progress. Some days are not going to be the best. Some days are not going to be the worst. But at the end of the day ends. And what are you going to do when the day ends? You're going to go to sleep and pray that you wake up tomorrow. You hear me? Mike dropped that hope. No, I'm just playing. But we're at 11 minutes and I'm way past my time. I need to get ready to go to work. As always, please join me on this journey. This is the road to 1,000 subscribers. This is only episode 2. So there's so much more to go. There's so much more to learn. And we're just getting started, baby. We're just getting started. I appreciate those that have liked, commented, and subscribed. Please follow on my Instagram, ADJ's Instagram, TikTok, somewhere in there, because there's other parts that are happening on this journey as well. This doesn't just happen on YouTube. You know, I want to make sure that we can diversify the community, the outreach. So love, peace, and whatever grease you put on your hair. And it's cold outside. So put some chapstick on your lips. I'll see you when I see you.